किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There are 4 places where people come and gather. Which are the 4 places? First is free Bollywood dance invitation. Maximum crowd. See. Second, hospitals. We are never invited to hospital, isn't it? We go on our own. Huge crowds. Then we go to the temples. Third place, where the crowds come. And the 4th place is the gym. Now see the number of people visiting these 4 places. Bollywood maximum. Second maximum hospitals. Third maximum temples. And 4th minimum most is the gym. So these are 4 kinds of people in this world. First category is bhogi. They just want to enjoy. Bhog. The second category is rogi. They go to the hospital because bhoga, next station is rog. Rogi. Then the third place is the temples. Do we come to the temple with our devotion and love for the Lord, or we come here and ask the Lord, "Oh Lord, kindly do the following things." We give a list to Him. See? And longer the list of demands, longer is the namaskar. And we get up and remember, "Oh, I have forgotten one thing." Again second namaskar. See? So, bhogi, rogi and kami, fulfillment of desires, is the only thing we have done throughout our life. And the last place is the gym, where hardly any number of people visit. You go to any gym, there will be dozens of machines standing there and praying, "Yaar, koi to aao, please come somebody." Nobody comes. Hardly there will be 3-4 people. Now who goes to the gym? Those who are healthy and those who want to maintain their health. Our satsanga is this type. See? Therefore you have heard our happy mantra mala, na kuch pana, na kuch khona. We should be very clear about it, that fulfillment of desires is not spiritual life. But we have been told again and again the same thing. You read or listen to any stotra. See? Suppose you listen to Ganpati Atharvashirsha, or you listen to Sri Krishna Ashtakam, anything you hear. What is the end of it? Putrarthi labet putra, dhanarthi labet dhanam, moksharthi labet moksha. That means desire fulfillment has become the only design of our life. See? And if we have to write our biography, for us, Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written the biography. Balastavat krida saktaha, tarunastavat taruni raktaha, vruddhastavat chinta saktaha, parame brahmani kopina raktaha, bhaja govindam. Whole life is only spent in fulfilling our desires. As children, we want games. Before coming here, I was in some place, Clinton. in New Jersey. I went to somebody's house for Bhiksha. Bhiksha means taking food. So, in this world there is nothing free, particularly in America. There is nothing like free dinner, you all know. So when I went to there, had lunch, everything, and talked with my friend, his wife, his daughter, his son. When I was going, that son came very close to me and told, Swamiji, Papa listens to you. Kindly tell him to get me this game. See? So people use us. See, friends, only desire fulfillment is the only thing that we have been doing in our life. Now, next important thought. These are very simple things. You don't have to be very erudite scholar. There is day-to-day experiences of life. If you ask me what is Vedanta, Vedanta is learning from one's own experiences on a daily basis. That is Vedanta. See? And if we take this, that we have to learn something, at least one thing per day, with every day added to our life, we will grow wise. But normally we don't. So when we learn, we grow wise. When we don't learn, we grow old and otherwise. Now who are old and otherwise? Old and otherwise people are only complaining. Nothing else. See? And then demanding. These days the children don't respect the elders. Now tell me, what is our contribution that our age is growing? If you are a doctor, an engineer, or a philosopher, you have done something. Therefore, you became a doctor or an engineer. Now, what we have done that we are growing in age? And yet, what funny notion in our mind. These days, children don't listen to us. What is there to listen to us? See? Therefore, we have to stop. First thing in life, stop complaining. Therefore, in our happy mantra mala, there was one word, living at zero complaint level. See? When there is nobody to complain, poor God is standing. दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई? तुमको परेशान करने के लिए. See? We have to stop that approach to life. See? Now, the trees eat from below, grow upward. Animals eat from the front, grow backward. Human beings eat from above and grow downwards. You know, you all are the students of Gita, and you know in Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter 1st sloka, Urdhvamula madashakam ashvattam prahuravayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavit. Urdhva the tree is very funny. The roots are above and branches are below. So as if the tree has done Shirshasana. Don't see anywhere like this. Then discover that tree is nothing but our body. Urdhva we eat from here. Adashakam and Ashwattham, constantly changing. See? How important it is. Therefore, when we talk about the world begins from our own gross body. In deep sleep, we are no more identified with our gross body, and we are nowhere, we are never, we are nobody. In deep sleep, where are we? Inside the house or outside the house? In India or in Australia? Nowhere. When are we? 2022 or 1947? What are we? Man, woman, young, old, husband, wife? None. But we are still there. And therefore, in deep sleep, we are all happy. And because of that happiness, we snore. Try to snore when you are awake. No, if I snore, what people will think? Because there is somebody. Unless you are nobody, you cannot discover happiness. There is a saying in English, nobody is happy. It is very true. Nobody alone is happy. Therefore, we have come to this level of human being. Now, what could be the evolution possible? Trees were fixed. They could not move. Evolved. They became animals. Animals could move also and grow. But they can't think. Now we have come to the human form. Now we can think. Now hereafter, what could be the next possible evolution? Only one evolution, and that is spiritual evolution. See, friends, many lives we have been doing the same things. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha, samane etat pashubhidrinam, dharmo hi tesham adhiko visheshaha, dharmena hina pashubhis samanaha. Ahara, eating, nidra, sleeping, bhaya, sense of insecurity, and procreation, maithunamcha. Other than these four things, if we do not do anything, only remain limited to this, then there is no reason why we should be called as human beings. Darwinically speaking, we are animals. But Vedantically speaking, we are divine. See, friends. And therefore, we have to start learning from every experience of our life. Take any experience. Now, one of the experience I get is, people come and complain, Swamiji, I am very fed up, what should I do? One person asked me this question. Swamiji, please don't quote my example in your lectures, but it is a very serious question. I said, okay, ask. I am so fed up of my wife, what should I do? I said, divorce, so simple, jhanjat khatam. No, I can't divorce. Why? She is earning. And I am eating on her earnings. I can't divorce. Then what I should do? See? I said, look here, if you ask me any question, all answers are only in right thinking. Vedanta is inaugurated in our life if we are able to change our standpoint of life. See? Bilkul simple, it's not difficult. Now, when our standpoint changes, our interactions change. When our interactions change, our experiences change. When our experiences change, the quality of our life changes. See? So what is all a spiritual practice? Recognize your standpoint as to who you are at a given period of time. See, it's not difficult, my friends. Therefore, one of our Mahamantra is, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Now, take this simple example. Where are we? We are in this beautiful temple for satsanga. When? During the satsanga. So in the satsanga, what could be we? Satsangi. Here, we are not husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, husband, wife. No, we are not. We are satsangi. So be 100%. But what happens? Suppose I give some example, husband and wife. See how the husbands are dumb and the wives are smart. When I say like this thing, immediately the wife starts looking at the husband. I am not talking about you, man. This is just an example. But instead of remaining as a satsangi, we immediately become husband and wife. How simple the spiritual practice is. See? And therefore, I told that friend, I said, look here, for me all the problems are dissolved by right thinking, right understanding. He said, what is here to think? I said, think like this. You tell me, husband is a common noun or a proper noun? Grammar. See? Husband is a common noun. Any fool getting married to another fool is called as husband. Is it that only after you finish your graduation, then only you can be husband? No. So simple. So, husband is a common noun. So, common noun is called as abhivyakti, manifestation. So, man expressing through the limitations of the wife is called husband. It's common noun. So, is the common husband miserable or a specific husband miserable? The moment we understand the basic difference, individuality is vyakti, and totality is abhivyakti, manifestation. So, real spiritual path is start from the individuality to the totality. In your computer language, start from the virtual reality to the actual reality. Virtual reality is useful, but doesn't exist. See, when we add data to our laptop, it doesn't become heavy. When we delete it, doesn't become light because it doesn't exist. It is only electromagnetic pixels, nothing more than that. Exactly the same way, all the individualities that we are, these are electromagnetic pixels. One man, with reference to his father, he becomes a son. With reference to his wife, he becomes a husband. With reference to his son, he becomes a father. So there are 4 of them: man, son, husband and father. Out of these 4, who is miserable? The son is miserable because of the terrible father. The husband is miserable because of Kali, Karali, Cha Mahakali. And the father is miserable because of the terrible son. Man is not miserable. So what should be the spiritual practice? Recognize this. Who is disturbed? Who is miserable? Then we will come to know that the one who is miserable, the one whom you want to improve, doesn't exist. See? The other day, one lady asked me this question. So, Hamiji, he is my son. He is so unsteady. He just can't sit in one place for 2 seconds. He'll read something, go and get up something, and again sit, and then go. He is so unsteady. He should be steady. So tell him something. Then I told her, I said, Mama, I'll tell you one story. All my answers are through stories. If you can understand, well and good. If you don't understand, very happy I am. Then I told her, I said, look here, Amma. 2 examples I'll give you. One example. If you sow the seeds of chilies and expect tomatoes to come to that plant, will it ever happen? So, Amaji, what you're telling, I don't understand. I said, thank God you didn't understand. Ignorance is bliss. He is your son, is it not? What do you expect? See? And the second example, when somebody was, drowned in Ganges, in Haridwar it happened. And I was standing there, I don't know swimming, but I want to help everybody. And therefore, I also jumped to save that person. Now, he was drowned because he did not know swimming. I also don't know swimming. So, together we will die. So, we will be a company for him. Friends, manage your life by one simple technique. We must know how to think. And the thinking begins with reference to the standpoint. What is the standpoint with which we are looking at the world? The same lady, when the father looks at her, a daughter is seen. When the mother looks at us, see, the daughter is seen. And when the husband looks at, a wife is seen. See, friends. So has that lady become 3? She is only 1. Therefore, we were never taught by our parents when we go to school, colleges, or when we go to the various kinds of holy places. We are never taught how to think. Avichara kruto bandha vicharena nivartate. See, we are never taught how to think. What Vedanta Shastra tells us, we must learn how to think. See, therefore the first step is this. One Australian approached Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi and he said, Bhagwan, we understand that you have seen God, so please tell us, show us God. So Bhagwan said, who are you? Oh, I am Australian. I didn't ask you your nationality. Oh, I am engineer by profession. I didn't ask your professional qualification. Who are you? I am father with 2 children, a wife. I didn't ask your relational abilities. Who are you? I am a man. I didn't ask your gender. See how many times we use this word I. I am old. Here I refers to the age of the body. I am miserable. Here I refers to the mind. I am very intelligent. I refers to the intellectual capacity. I am very rich refers to the money associated with me. How many eyes are inside? One, it is a poultry farm. And wherever there is a poultry farm, can there be peace? One of my friends has a big poultry farm in Coimbatore. So he took me there to show. He is doing many good experiments. He took me there. And because of this, their rules and regulation, I cannot enter in that barn where the birds are. I said, I want to do some experiment. What should I do? He said, from outside you can do something. I said, okay, give me something, whatever you want. I will throw it inside and see what happens. All birds were quiet. Only one small stone I threw inside. Immediately there was a chaos. Cock, 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 cock. Exactly this is what happens inside us. And then we start talking to ourselves. Watch next time. Whenever you see anybody sitting alone, do you think he's sitting quiet? He is not acting. He or she is talking to himself. So we only raise a question, we only answer. Suppose I get late to the airport, then nobody, I will try to reach earlier. No, suppose I get late, and then maybe the flight is also late, who can get, but suppose I do not get the flight, then we only create the questions and we keep on answering, and thus be attentive. We waste our energy as mind. Mind is unmanifest, non-specific energy. When this mind is associated with principle of time, space and object, the non-specific energy becomes grossified, becomes solid. See? And what is the solidification of the mind? Solidification of the mind is words. See? Therefore, words or speech is nothing but mind. Mind is unmanifest speech and speech is manifest mind. And on this mind, we have never focused attention. See? We only complain about the mind. Mind is very disturbed. What should I do? No, it is your mind. You should know. What can I do for you? Think properly. See? Therefore, when we are thus able to recognize that the real Vedantic spiritual practice is, first, know the basics and then apply them in our day-to-day life. Friends, When we tell others, it is advice. It is research. See, the first sutra of Patanjali Yoga Darshan is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. And you see most of the yogis, they get lost in, we are conducting research in yoga. What research will you conduct in yoga? Yoga is not an objective field, it is a subjective inquiry. See, I am associated with many yoga institutions. There they have that funny thing. They will be taking test tube in the hand and then do something here and there and write a paper and they get one increment, that's it. Yoga is not a Bhoga Shastra, it is the Yoga Shastra. See? So, this, whenever we conduct research, we conduct on others, not on ourselves. Then about us what? Implementation. Work on yourself. Working on oneself is practice. Working on others is the research. Now decide whether we want to do research in Vedanta or we want to practice Vedanta. About this I will tell you something. There was one lady in Pune and she was doing her research on the Shatashloki Grantha of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. So she used to come now and then and ask me, Swamiji, what is the meaning of this? Please explain. I used to explain whatever I knew. And then she finally got doctorate in Vedanta. Then she came to me. Swamiji, by your grace I got my doctorate, see the thesis and all that. Oh, very good, very nice. Then I had to ask something, formality. I said, who is your guide? He must be very well read, must be a great Mahatma who could guide you on Shankaracharya's Advaita philosophy. He is so and so. I said, can I have his darshan? I will go also learn from him. So our meeting was fixed. So I went to his house. He was in Bombay. A particular time I reached there. I rang the bell. He opened the door. And I was standing, not inside the house, outside the house. In the door only. And he started talking. Yes, my student told me about you. Yes, I am so and so, I have done this thing. There are so many students I have been guided, they've been PhD, so many books I have published from the, Howard and from Oxford, and I have got so many, blah, 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 blah. On and on and on and on. For half an hour I was standing in the door. Then I asked, may I get inside the house? He said, you are welcome, come. Again they are standing. Tapasya started. Then afterwards, I said, you may talk, I'll sit down. He said, okay, you can sit down. Then he also said. And then he asked me, you are not talking. I said, a common sense is when somebody else is talking, you should keep quiet. See? Okay, you tell me something. You tell me how to do japa. I said, you are so well read in Vedanta and scriptures. So, it is said in Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, that Vijnanatham Guru Meva Vigachet Samitpanihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. To know, approach the Guru. Which Guru? Shrotriya Brahmanishta, who is well versed in scriptures and abiding in the truth. See, approach. How? Samitpanihi, with all humility and surrender and dispassion. So, according to this mantra, you have to first accept me as your Guru. Then I can tell you. He said, she told me, you are very witty and humorous. I said, no, I am serious. Now tell me, done so many things, but do not know how to chant the Lord's name? See, friends, remember, many of us get lost when we study Vedanta. We are focusing on erudition and scholarship. Erudition and scholarship is not Vedanta Shastra. It must be practiced and reflected in our day-to-day life. See, friends, this has to be understood. There was one man, he was running after another man. So people asked, what happened? Is he a thief? No, first catch him, then I'll tell you. So that man was caught and they came together. Now what happened? Why were you, he was running from you. So the man who was running, he said, look here, I met him and he started talking to me on Vedanta. So I ran away. See? When we talk, this is another important principle. Before we talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself, is it necessary to talk? We keep on telling. There is no need. That is one of the reasons why our children run away from us. Oh God, Papa aa rahe, no bhago. Again Upadesh will start. Scriptural knowledge must be practiced in life, not told to others, unless you are authorized. See, friends, this is one of the most difficult thing to understand. Now how it is? Whether you have taken a South Indian food, idli sambar, or you have taken a Bengali food, rasgulla and jalebi, and these two people ate and something happened and both of them vomited. Will we say, hey, this idli sambar vomit is bad, or rasgulla vomit is good? No, vomit is vomit. And what is the vomition? When the food is taken in, it is not digested, it is not assimilated, and it is thrown out. Exactly the same way. When this Vedantic knowledge is understood, assimilated, digested, it will not come out from the wrong end. See, in the Dhyana Shloka of Dakshinamurti Stotra, Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasadrushiganaihi Avrutam Brahmanishthaihi Acharendram Karakalita Chinmudramananda Rupam Swatma Ramam Muditavadanam Dakshinamurti Mide. It is not through words, but Chinmudra. This is Chinmudra. This is not a snuff mudra. Or you take the snuff, realization. It is not a snuff mudra. See? Then what is the meaning of Chinmudra? Chinmudra is, be very attentive. These things are not in books. I told you, only learning from day-to-day experiences we can learn. If we want to find out what is the problem that our phone is hanging up. Another example. I went to somebody's place for lunch or dinner and that Amma was cooking food. And Pati Dev was standing and he was talking like a soliloquy to him. Oh God, these people take so much of money. My phone is hardly 3-4 months old and it is hanging up. I don't know what to do. So when he was frustrated, wife was happy. She said, you always complain about everything. Ask Swamiji why the phone is hanging. Look here. So he came, Swamiji, my case is referred to you. I said, okay. Go to settings. He went to settings. Then click, he clicked. I said, no, there are options. Reset factory settings. He did that. I said, now there are two options. All data will be erased. Yes and no. You say yes. He did yes. All data was erased. I said, now you restart. He restarted. And he started perfectly well. He said, Swamiji, what jadoo you have done? I said, no. I have only done Vedanta. What is Vedanta? By factory settings, we are all divine. Why our devices, our phone hangs up? Because free download. We have to learn to delete also the data. Keep on accumulating. And all unwanted apps in our phone, if you just look into your own phone, I tell you, more than 95% apps we have never used. Every device has its own capacity. It can't go beyond capacity. But we don't understand, we don't know. That's the only one thing we can do, complain. Exactly the same way. We are perfect, manufactured by the divine. As the age grows, free download. Therefore, one of our mantra was, na kisi ko aao kaho, na kisi ko jao kaho. Shatrau, mitre, putre, bandhu, ma karu yatnam vigraha sandhav. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Be homely with everybody. If I ask anybody to talk about him or her, what they will talk? To summarize, only two things. About our possessions and about our relations. See? Whenever we talk to others, this is the only theme. Either about our past or about their past. Like many people ask this question, Swamiji, where were you born? Why were you born? And when was born? And was it a normal delivery? Or what is the need? We don't need to know anything about anybody in this world. See, friends. Therefore, by divine will, we are all divine. Amrutasya putraha. But then these unwanted downloads keep on accumulating. Now go to anyone, you are all in America, go to anybody's house. You have got the walk-in wardrobe. And when you go there, then you are suffering. So many of them are hanging pathetically. Ask them to delete all that, keep only minimum required. No, काम आएगा मरने के बाद. See, friends, therefore, after having come to this human form, the only way is spiritual evolution. And it can happen only by one thing. Wrong notions are deleted without creating new notions. This is Vedanta. In all other paths, it is only the notion replacement. Earlier, I was never going to temple. Now I go every day to temple and eat God's head. See? Earlier, I was never getting up early in the morning. Now I get up early in the morning and disturb everybody at home. See? Earlier, I was a non-vegetarian. But now I take only alternate days. Why? I is improving. Friends, we have to get liberation from I, not for I. And this is what we do every day. When we sleep, that time we get freedom and liberation from I. Because in the deep sleep, we are nobody. And nobody alone is happy. Bhagavad Gita says in 2nd chapter, Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. The awakened Mahatma is awakened to the divine presence in and through the total manifestation. And he is untouched by the relative appearance of this world. An ignorant person is so much involved in this relative world and he has forgotten his own divine nature. See, and it is for this purpose, these basics should be very clear to us. Therefore, when Dakshinamurti Stotra, Dhyana Shloka says, Chin Mudra. So what is this Chin Mudra? We have got 5 layers. See? Like we have got underwear and then shirt and then jacket and then a coat and then a shawl. 4 or 5 of them. Exactly the same way. Which are the 5 layers? One is the body, what we call as Annamaya Kosh. Then second is Prana, the life, Pranamaya Kosh. Then the third is mind, by which we come in contact with the world, Manomaya Kosh. Then whose body? My body. Whose prana? My prana. Whose mind? My mind. So this my or I is technically called Vijnanamaya Kosha. 4 of them. See, I, with reference to the mind, I am happy, I am miserable. I, with reference to the Pranamaya Kosha, I am hungry, I am thirsty. I, with reference to the body, I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old. All these 3 things, body, prana and the mind, they are dropped in deep sleep. Therefore, in deep sleep, we are neither happy nor miserable, neither hungry nor thirsty, neither man nor woman. But we are. And what are we? We are happy. So where this I has gone? This I getting identified with the mind becomes happy or miserable. The I identified with the prana becomes I am hungry, I am thirsty, I am man, I am woman. So what will be the spiritual practice? We have to separate this I from these 3. Then where it should go? It goes back to the source. And this is the Chin Mudra, this is the Mudra of knowledge. See? So according to Vedanta, therefore, what will be the spiritual practice? Analyze your day-to-day experiences and learn something new from that in the light of the scriptural authority. See? So in deep sleep, we are not identified with the body, yet we are. In the deep sleep, we are not identified with the prana, therefore no hungry, thirsty, but yet we are. Not identified with the mind, therefore neither happy nor miserable, but we are. See? So that I, 1, has become 3 because of 3 conditionings. Like one man becomes the son, he becomes the husband, he becomes the father because of 3 conditioning. With reference to conditioning of his father, he has become a son. With conditioning of the wife, he has become a husband. With conditioning of the son, he has become a man. Has he really become 3? And where are they? Can we separate out the man from the husband? Where is he? See? Once, somewhere in USA only, one white person asked me this question. He said, Mr. Swami, in you people, these ladies are putting the .com. What is the meaning of that? I said, your chance is gone. She is already booked by somebody. He is married. Oh, that is the sign. I said, yes. But what about the gents? They don't have anything on their forehead. I said, it's not required. From their face you can know he is married. The facial expressions are enough. See, friends, in the same manner, where is the husband? Where is the son? Where is the father? They don't exist. And these non-existing entities are taken as real and the samsara begins. See, friends, this point should be very clear. Aupadhik anekata is an appearance. Whatever appears many on account of some conditioning, that conditioned expression is not real. There are 3 stages. Something is sat, something is not asat, and third, although it is not yet, it appears. Like mirage waters. They appear, but they don't exist. like the rainbow, appears but doesn't exist. See? There was one girl who came to meet me on her mother's advice. Go and ask Swamiji. I said, okay, Baba. What is the problem? You know, Swamiji, I am divorced. I said, I know that. She has sent you to get married to me. I am sorry. I am not getting married. No, not like that. Then, my problem is, my mother told me you go out of the house because we have got some function only for the married girls. You are not married, so you go away. Come after the function. Now my question is, after divorce, the girl becomes vidva or remains sadva? See? So she asked me this question, Swamiji, after divorce, whether the girl is vidva or sadva? I said, I have studied all the 4 Vedas. Nowhere this question is sorted out. Because there is nothing entity like a woman and a wife separate from each other. See? Then what should be the spiritual practice as according to Vedanta? This is the practice. Wherever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. So if you are a man and in front of your father, then what should be your spiritual practice? Don't argue with the elders. Simply listen to them. And after some time, they will also forget, you also forget. There will be peace. When you argue, you will get lost. Never argue with elders. Never teach elders. See, I'll tell you one example. There was one lady from here, probably Illinois or somewhere. She came to Delhi. I was in Delhi that time. She was listening to me. She came to her father's place because he was having some heart problem. So she came to serve her father. And he went to receive her on the airport, and then hugging, kissing and all that, came home, and he was so happy, cheerful, my daughter has come. And thereafter, as per, he was a liquid spiritualist. He nicely opened his liquid spirituality and started and smoking and non-veg and all that. And then this girl saw that, and then second day she told Dad, now it is time for you. You should listen to Gita. You should listen to Upanishad. You should do the japa and this thing, that thing. You never do anything. Nor you taught us. Now you should change yourself. That moment onward, the father started avoiding his daughter in his own house. If he is in a place, if she comes, he will go to other place. Third day she came to my satsang. She said, Swamiji, I have to come for breakfast with you. I said, come, free hai. It is not America, you will get free. Come. She came. And Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. I said, what is this? What happened? Then she told me this story. This is what happened. I don't know why he is avoiding me. I said, you have asked me, therefore I am telling you. You started teaching to your father what he should do. Friends, worse experience than death is when youngsters come and start teaching the elders. See? Therefore, what is Vedanta sadhana? Wherever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. In front of your father, you are only a son. Behave like a son, not like a wise man. See, friends, if you are in front of your child as a father, listen, don't go on teaching all the time. See, I have come across so many cases, names and places I will not tell you. There was one couple associated with some Mahatma. All the time, both of them used to virtually move with that Mahatma wherever. And the children used to be at home. This happened in USA. Children used to be at home. And looked after by the servants. When they are grown up, They say, we don't even recognize you as parents. When did you spend time with us? You have to spend time with the children, not money. And time spending should not be as somebody teaching. We have to demonstrate in our life. That is Vedantic sadhana. See? And then the third and the most important thing. So we have seen how to be a good son, how to be a good father, now how to be a good husband. Most difficult thing. See? So for this is a simple technique. When she is talking, you should keep quiet. When she is quiet, you should not talk. There will be peace prevailing everywhere. That is what life is. But otherwise, tu, my, tu, constantly. No. We have to play different roles. See? And while playing the role, this is so important thing, friends. If we want to know the whole secret of life, only two words, Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. See, Rama Leela means what? Everything appears to be happening in our Uttar Pradesh. First time when I was a child, I saw Ram Leela in Mathura. I was small. And those days there was no electricity. So they used to have the gas battis and we used to have the open ground. So some topic was going on, Sita and Hanumanji. Sita is in that Ashok forest and Hanumanji has to go there. That was the topic. So all the dialogues going on and both the man and woman are only women only. The Hanumanji is a man, Sita is also a man, but only dressed like that, those days. And then there was a break, interval. So I was very curious as a child. I wanted to go and see what happens behind. So in that dark place I went inside and saw, Hanumanji and Sitaji talking in a masculine voice and telling, यार इसने अभी पैसा दिया ही नहीं, कब तक कराएंगे काम? Hanumanji worried about money. Sitaji said, आप पूरा तो करना ही है ना, फिर देखेंगे उसको, होने दो ये राम लीला, फिर दिखाएंगे उसको अपनी लीला. So when they are on the stage, they are Rama and they are the Sita and Hanumanji. But behind, nothing. Exactly the same way. We all have to play roles. Play your role. But know for certain. Essentially, we are one with the divine. See, friends. Now, if this principle we understand, then we will come to realize. One statement I will make. Kindly try to understand or find out who makes this statement. Inside you. I will not tell you immediately. The statement is, I had good sleep, but in between I had bad dreams. Who can make this statement? The waker that you and me are cannot make this statement because we were not in the deep sleep. But we do make a statement, I had a good sleep. Who makes this statement? The waker cannot say, I had bad dreams because waker was not in the dream. Yet we say that. Who says that? This is Samadhi. At this moment, you are neither man, woman, young, old, rich, poor, husband, wife, brother, sister. You just are. Non-relational experience is God realization. Like an actor on the stage, he is acting as a criminal, as a good person, as a bad person. But that time also he knows he is none of them. See, one example I had given in some of my talks. There was the last practice of a drama. Tomorrow the drama will be launched. So the real practice was going on and the director was sitting. Only one person observing how all the actors are working or not. And the scene was, one terrorist comes, takes a gun in the hand and pumps bullets into that man. Tack, 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 tack. And he was reading newspaper that time, so newspaper falls and he dies. This is the scenario. So the terrorist comes and takes the bullet. And this man who is reading the newspaper, he was a Malayali. Therefore, taking the lungi up and taking the lungi down. That is what he said in India. Kerala is 100% literate, yet why it is not progressing? The reason is all are busy in undoing the lungi and doing the lungi. In this way, they are spending their whole day only in this. So, when the person pulled his trigger and pushed bullets in him and he ran away, his acting was good. Now this person who was killed, his acting, he folded the newspaper, properly kept on the table and slowly making his lungi and he died. So the director said, there is no life in your death. See friends, we all have to act in life. See, but instead of acting in life, we react. See friends, reaction is working by the mind and spiritual practice is working on the mind. See? Now what is the difference between these two? It's very simple. We work by the body. We drive the car, we go to work, we don't work and we get the payment and everything, all that. That is working by the body. And working on the body, we do yoga, we go for running, we do exercise, we observe diet. Whole life goes only in eating, eating, eating. Eat 3 times a day, every time little quantity, so that your GI tract is normally going on functioning. Eat so much quantity at a time, there is a traffic jam. Or don't eat at all, there is a problem another. See, that circulation should continuously be going on. But all the time, thinking about health, 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 that is working on the body and working by the body, earning bread and butter. These two things we understand. But when it comes to mind, what we have done as an exercise for our mind from birth onwards? Nothing. We are working only by the mind. We are not working on the mind. See, we have to learn the difference between working by the mind and working on the mind. With reference to body, it is easy to understand. But when it comes to mind, so what is working by the mind? Working by the mind is default settings. See, what are default settings? We have comment on everything and everybody. Working by the mind. See, like when I came here, and then when I was going, I saw what is written there, Patita Pavana Sitaram. Now Panditji also knows, but I am so ignorant that because I have been writing books, I only do the proofreading. So anything I read, only proofreading. So when I read that Patita Pavana Sitaram, so I say, Panditji, that Patita Ti should be Dirgha, not Rasva. Was it necessary for me to talk? See friends, this is how we work by the mind. Therefore, one of our mantra is, Dekho, Suno, Mat Bolo. See, for everybody we are advising comments, evaluation, suggestions. How important it is. See, friends, it is so simple to understand. One day, one person was talking to his father, telling something. And father was very wise, he was calm and quiet. So he heard everything and he said, Thank you very much. But did I ask you? Why did you tell? How important it is. We have the default settings. Evaluation, suggestion, and talking about our own experiences. This is only like me. This is a big problem. We don't understand. Nobody is interested in our past. Everybody is concerned about their future. But only like me, what do I have? Only past. So I'll keep on talking about the past. जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, हो ही गए भाड़ में तुम भी जाओ. See friends, this is one of the reasons why youngsters avoid the oldies. See, when we were children, during our childhood, अरे यार, your childhood gone, who cares? We are concerned about our future. See friend, this is working by default. See, it's so important. And once we take this rule to yourself, these two things if we try. Number one, do not talk to yourself. And number two, before we talk to others, ask a question. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, you will get an answer from within you, not necessary. When few people are talking, and if you happen to be there, now they are talking, but we want to get into that discussion. So we say, yes, maybe wahan tha. Who asked you? See, these things should be totally avoided. Then only we are practicing Vedanta. See, but as I told you, doing research in Vedanta and practicing Vedanta is different. Doing research in Vedanta is telling others what they should do or what I have done, what others should do. No, it should lead to silence within. See? Now when we do these two things, working on the mind by this technique, do not talk to yourself, and second thing, listen to silence. Now try now for 1 minute. First experiment. Do not talk to yourself. Stop. Now you have this experience. What did I tell? Do not talk to yourself. Did I tell you don't talk among yourself? When you stop talking to yourself, you will not want to talk to others. But what happens? Like a vomition cup, it has to come out. बोलना ही है. Keep quiet, keep quiet. See? And second thing, listen to silence. Now this is technically very subtle, be very attentive. When we are listening to silence, what exactly is happening? Ears can hear only sounds. Ears cannot hear silence. But you told listen to silence means what? Listen to silence means don't react to sounds. Now, these two things for 1 minute again, do it simultaneously. Listen to silence and don't talk to yourself. Next 1 minute, try. Stop. In Yoga Shastra, this is called Purusha Khyati or Viveka Khyati. Now what is this? See, when we take maybe a container having water and there is a light like this above it. So there will be reflection of that light in the water. This is the experiment. Now, there are two lights in that water. One light is a general light by which the container and the waters are illuminated. Second is the specific light of that light as a disc, and from that specific light another light comes out. From the general light, other light doesn't come out. The specific light, it comes out. Now the question is, what is the position of that reflection of the bulb in the water? Think. If the water is muddy, reflection will look dull. If the waters are shaky, reflection will look shaky. But is it really happening to the reflection? Like a fish can be fished out of the waters, can we fish out the reflection from the water? No, it doesn't exist. Yet it appears. If this is clear, in case of the water and or the mirror, whatever example you take, any media where something is reflected, you take that reflecting media, here water, and in that water the moon is reflected. So we cannot take out the reflection of the moon out of the water, and when the water is dirty, will the reflection become dirty? No, because it doesn't exist. When the water is shaky, the reflection may look shaky, but it is not shaking because it doesn't exist. Why? Because it is not real. If this is clear, exactly the same way. This is what Vedanta is. Who is disturbed? There was one mother constantly writing. She wrote once, "Dear Swamiji, my son is in USA and he was going well with a girl for 5 years. Now he doesn't want to get married to her. Swamiji, I don't know what we should do." I said, "Okay, I'll get married to her, don't worry. Or you get married." I said, "Look here, that dumb boy of yours, he may be your son. That doesn't mean he's wise. And if he's your son, how can he be wise?" See? All the time worried. Now who is worried? That woman is not worried. The mother is worried. Now what is the mother? Woman reflected in the mirrors of the child is a mother. The day we are able to clearly understand this, that those who are miserable, they do not exist. So a non-existing entity cannot be improved. See, friends, but this is where we have never worked on our mind. So the Purusha Khyati is disturbed media, and our reflection in the disturbed media creates a fictitious personality called as somebody. And the somebody is the source, the seed, wherefrom the thoughts start erupting. Another experiment. Let us do it. Very simple. It's not difficult. 1 hour over? Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.